In today's world, I think looks definitely equal power.
The best thing to come out of modeling for me is just to travel and to meet people. That's the best part about it.
Behind closed doors, I'm thinking, yeah, man, there's a lot of hot girls out there. And if they're sitting around listening to good music, watching me up there all day, my chances are a lot better than working on a construction site all day of getting laid.
I think one of the most fascinating things about the male modeling industry is this whole idea of commodification that was seen for years with women. Men are following decades behind women, but they are following.
It wasn't that I didn't think about it. It was not imaginable. I didn't even know that male modeling really existed. I'm originally from a little town called Prince Rupert, which is literally the end of the road. It's a small little island 500 miles north of Vancouver. I mean, and my friends still to this day are amazed that this has happened in my life, because I was the little guy that was in the corner of a party, say for instance, too shy to even talk to anybody.
I do it just because it gives me lots of freedom. When you come to Stony Plain with me and see where I've been brought up, for me to be lucky enough to travel the places that I've traveled and meet the people from different countries that I've met, and just not have a 9-to-5 job and be free to do whatever I want, it's just really remarkable.
I think I was probably making, the first year, I would say about 80,000 maybe, and that was amazing, you know, for me. And New York changed everything. I mean, there's nothing like working in New York. I mean, you get spoiled, so spoiled. It's like, it's top dollar. I think I went from like basically 120 to 250, you know, the first year. My constant clients are basically Eddie Bauer, Nordstrom's. Saks is probably the biggest client. I mean, in New York, it's like everybody's dream to have a client like Saks. They work constantly, they pay top dollar, and in New York, top dollar is top dollar. It's outrageous, it's amazing.
Today, right now, they're doing the preliminaries. Liz Bell and Next Agency from New York are going to be looking at all of the potential models that are coming down. Once they've viewed everyone and had a chance to look at their pictures and have them walk, they're bringing back the top 50 that they've selected, and they'll narrow it down to, I'm not sure what the final count will be, maybe top 5.
Hi, so you're interested in modeling? Put in your hair to make yourself look like Mr. like Caesar from the... More like, how long does it take you?
It takes me about, I just go like this, put it in and just shake it like that, and it's done. It's called FX from L'Oreal.
I worry a little bit about your teeth.
Oh yeah? Am I gonna be doing runway stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna be here for better to find out. Where are you from, Carlos?
From Mexico.
Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah, very Antonio Banderas kind of look. You look fabulous. You'd be great for acting. You got great pictures. No frowning, no smiling. Just really straight.
I'm gonna win. I'm a winner. I've been to a couple model searches and stuff. I went to one in Seattle. There's like 2,500 people there, and I came in like the top 12. So I don't know. There's not that many people here, so if we work those percentages up, hey, I'm a winner.
So I came out here. I heard about these competitions going on, and I'm here to win this competition, basically. My strengths, my personality. I'm not like, I don't really have a big front, usually. Good looking. Nice eyes, they're real. Yeah, if they say you win, that means, hey, you know, why not take the world of modeling, right? You know, why not? What makes me different from the next guy? What makes him better than me? I got everything. I mean, you want this straight up goods on a male model. I just want to make money at it. That's all. Right now I make 20 bucks an hour. I work in construction, and I hate it.
models have changed. Like years ago, it used to be, you know, the broad V and narrow waist. Now you're seeing a lot more of a European or Asian look. And the guys tend to be almost boyish figure.
Carlos, here you are.
It's a big opportunity for me. I guess I just start from here and make it big. You know, how big is big? Well, for me, big is Milan, Barcelona in modeling, and the Oscar in acting.
Whatever, man, you know, I can't make this mean anything. The guy who won, he's a dark Colombian-looking guy. That's cool. Whatever, I guess that's what they want. So maybe the next show they'll want a guy like me. I'm a little disappointed, but you know, that's like an automatic reaction. Of course I am. I didn't win. Thanks. See, why aren't you an agent? Why aren't you an agent? She said I should have won. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. See? Some of the customers are satisfied.
In the media, there's so much towards this look, you know, of glamorizing yourself in a way with clothes, with beauty products. And I think today's society kind of allows that to happen a little more easily. And men definitely take advantage of that. And you know, it's part of the whole game. I mean, to get ahead, you have to use every single tool that you can. And that's one of the tools.
Well, my tricks are like always trying to hide my cheeks, like by doing, you know, by sucking my cheeks a little bit. I actually kind of always do this kind of things like in front of the mirror. You know, sometimes I come up with something good that I like. I don't know, it's just, I have to feel like, you know, on a mood to do that. So it just comes naturally.
Good, that's nice. Excellent. Very good.
I'm blessed, you know. I feel really blessed, you know. I think, you know, God gave me some things, and I gotta use them. I can't waste them. You know, sometimes I'll look in the mirror, and I'll be like, damn, I'm good looking. Man, I love the way I look, you know. I'm really good looking. So, you know, in the summertime, whew. And other times I look at myself in the mirror and I'm like, it's ugly. Like, I'm ugly. I don't think I'm, you know. And it's like, it's just a matter of, so when women look at me, it's like, I don't know. I think it's the whole meal deal, right? My favorite look is coming in off a roof, and my face is like a reddish brown. It's like, I'm like, I'm crazy about myself when I look that way. My eyes are just like piercing blue. Then women notice, man. You know, then the women notice. I notice them noticing when it's like that, because then it's just like, blam, here you go. You know, this is it. This is what you want right here.
These days, I'm actually just getting back into it.
See how many I can do. I mean, modeling for me isn't about money. Oh, sorry. Is about money. I want to get the straight goods here. It's totally about money. It's about the lifestyle. If I don't have to work out there on a roof in the pouring rain, you know, pulling nails out of some roof because we're selling some wood, you know, or shingling or whatever it is we're doing, and I can sit there in the studio, be the center of attention, you know, make money, wearing nice clothes, you know, that, you know, do the math, right?
I would just say that if you want to get into this business, give it a try. Go to an agency. Try not to spend any of your money. If they're really interested in you, they're going to spend the money.
When I first got into modeling, I just answered an ad in the paper. Why not? I walked in and she took my measurements and everything. Said, "Oh, you might be really good for Milan. I just want to do a test shoot with you so you have some pictures. And she wanted to get 8, 9 blow-ups, something like this, for $35 a blow-up. And then that's lots of money to me. I'm just adding up the dollar bills while she's telling me, oh, you need this and this picture, and this is how this is. And I was dating a girl at the time that was working at Armani Exchange, and she told me that I should go see Richard.
And he just appeared there like this little border dude off the street, you know, and he said he wanted to model, and I thought, my first reaction was, you gotta be joking, you know.
And he just kind of thought I was a skid when I first walked in with, like, looking all like a skateboarder and stuff. But I took a look at the pictures and thought they were all right, and did 4 and put a card together and sent them out to all the different agencies just to get a response. And IMG in New York said that they wanted me to come down that summer. And that's it in a nutshell.
Well, there was immediate acceptance from the get-go, which there is with really anyone that's supposed to be in the industry. You know, no amount of modeling schools or going to conventions is going to make a model.
After that, I had an agency in Milan, and then I had an agency in Paris, and then I had an agency in London, and then got an agency in Japan, and now I just recently got one in Seattle, and I'm looking forward to getting one in LA. Oh, this is my booker from New York City. Her name's Olga.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
Say hi to Canada. That's Olga, that's my booker. She was actually the one in New York who was first wanted me to come down. She's what started everything. I'm everywhere, though. Like, I don't even have a So, big ups to Olga, big ups. Bye, Canada. I have really bad posture. I don't walk very well, so going to Milan this year, I'm gonna try and do a little better. I don't know, last time I was there, did lots of walking. Didn't work out too good. They said I had bad posture and wasn't tall enough, but done a lot of growing and stuff since then, so.
On a day off, I would walk down the street in Soho and go to Prada Sport, or I would go uptown to Prada or Gucci and would think nothing of going in and, you know, picking out things that I wanted and just not even looking at the price. I mean, now it's kind of set in, and I look at some of the prices that I paid for some of these things, and I think it's just insane. I definitely think in a way it's a lure that I got caught up in what I was wearing and what I wanted to wear after the shoot. It is part of the business. I mean, you have to go out there and you're kind of representing yourself. And so you have to kind of look good. And for me, that was wearing nice clothes.
It's quite cheap, actually. For
1,800 is very cheap. That's very cheap.
Maybe it's not very cheap.
It's not very cheap, but
it's good price for Versace jacket.
Yeah, it surprises me. Yeah, because it is a great jacket. I mean, there's nice detailing on it.
Yes, even here.
I'll have to throw the other 3 I have just like it away. It definitely is the irony of it all that they're making money off of me. But, you know, it's great money that I'm making off of them, too.
We're on our way to good old Edmonton, Alberta. I'm gonna go meet my family, maybe my grandparents if they're up to it. See the big town of Stony Plain, the roots where I grew up. After that, take a little wander around Edmonton, see the sights and sounds a bit. And then after the golf course, I got into the oil rigs. Then after the oil rigs, I moved out to Vancouver and was just collecting UI. And then I started working at Hooters. And then I got a second job at Vinnie's. So I was working mornings at Vinnie's and nights at Hooters. And then I was off to New York City. And those are all the jobs that's my resume.
Hello.
Grandma?
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi, Grandma.
My goodness, I have to get a step ladder for you. Come on in. I've lost track of Kelly altogether. I don't know what his priorities are either.
Wine, women, and song.
There, Grandpa's got the idea.
You got to dig after Grandpa, boy.
These are the great happenings in Stony Plain.
Remember when you were that age and you were skating?
For sure. Yeah.
You know, I've seen some pictures of him. I drove into Edmonton where he's on a big bulletin board there on White Avenue, and I took some pictures for my scrapbook. And yeah, it's exciting. I'm very proud that Kelly's doing what he's doing. I think if one of my friends at the age of 20 or 21 said he was going to be a male model or whatever, I would sort of looked at him sideways a little bit. Yes, maybe I've grown.
He's definitely more aware now, like I see with his hair and stuff like that. Like before, he would have just had a shaved head. He's had a shaved head his whole life. And so I think now he's realizing that that kind of matters. And when we take pictures together on our trip and stuff, it was always kind of like a little fix here.
Where we grew up here was it's really blue-collar, redneck kind of country. And it's cool that he's taken like a step above that and done totally the opposite thing of what we've learned through our family and everything like that. That I give him tons of respect for.
This is Nick's apartment building. I've never been here before, but we're here to check it out. New pad. We'll go say hello. I haven't seen him in almost a year, I think. Hate to buzz the wrong apartment. There we go. What's up, Stan?
So you're full of shit.
Well, why would he say that?
What's up, Dad? Nice hat.
I don't know, I think the modeling thing's pretty cool if you can like make money off like your good looks or whatever. Like it's better than working at McDonald's or something like that. I think it's pretty cool. I wanted to be a model, but I'm just not pretty enough, I guess.
Kelly, one time, just before, this was Christmas last year, I think, maybe. We were at Black Dog, I think. It's me, you, and Britt. We were sitting there, and Kelly said to me that he felt quite non-fulfilled about the fact that he was a model. And see, but the thing is, you shouldn't feel that way, I don't think. Because modeling, like what I said to you, I said that, so I gotta ask, you gotta pan back.
He'll work the camera, you just talk.
Okay. I just want to fuck with him as much as I can. Like, hey, whoa. But yeah, so, and I just told him that, you know, Kelly could be a big model. He could be some big, guru guy going on there. And all I said is, once you become like a model, a big model, like you look at Cindy Crawford, stuff like that, you have the influence, and you have the means to actually like change the world in a certain way if you want to. If you have a name that you can use for something good, why wouldn't you exploit it? Why wouldn't you use it like in every way possible?
But you're being exploited in the meantime.
Don't fucking worry about you. Are you really suffering of how you're getting exploited right now, Mr. Kelly Cry? Who you unemployed for a year and a half in Vancouver, but still supporting all your fucking
I don't
crews?
dig it.
Old rig worker guy. I used to work on the rigs, this and that, this and that. Suddenly you got a fucking camera crew following around. Okay, come on now.
I feel
exploit the shit as much as you can because like lots of people can exploit it. You know? I wish I could exploit what I do, but I can't. I work in a warehouse.
We're gonna have to take you to etiquette school.
Yeah, okay, that'd be great. Show me what fork is what.
Nick with a teacup. Hello.
This is the salad fork. Don't they all do the same thing, man? They're all forks, right? Okay, I'll just use the fork that's right there, the big one.
We're on our way to Italy. Last minute got my hotel put together by my agency, and then Monday's the beginning of everything. I should get a fax in the morning. Last time I was there in Milan, it was just really hard for me. I wasn't going there and then going home. I was just floating around, and kind of lost and I was nervous that I was there and didn't speak the language. And being in the industry is my first time with big runway stuff or anything like that. So, I got goose egged. I got nothing, not a show. And just like we were talking about before, then I went to Paris and got sick. So it just all depends.
Like I say, nearly all the guys they want to do shows because it's a very good advertising. So making many shows, you are going to be seen by many different people. So there is a very important editor around. There is very important photographers. There is many people in the industry. You know, so even if you don't gain so much money, it's like the best advertising that you can show. I mean, do of yourself.
Just went out and had some coffee. Agency called Francis's phone and said that I have 2 castings and then I have one before 4, so we are just on our way there. Mr. Ferragamo is the first one, and then the second one is, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this right, Garage Venucci.
It's a beautiful face. I love because it's strong, that's what I love. And if you can see in the agency, we have a lot of special guys. Because I don't like the typical pretty boy. We like people with characters, and Kelly since the beginning with the nose, the face that he has, I think is amazing.
Get a little nervous every time I do it though, just going up there and everybody's standing in line, you just kind of sit down, you have to wait a little bit, thoughts go running through your head of, okay, what do I gotta do here? Okay, and they asked me to walk back straight, shoulders up, be nice, show them your card. Well, I saw a couple of people that I knew that I've seen around the whole circuit. It is kind of like a circuit, but seen around on the circuit, and then got my turn, gave my composite card, like, oh, Kelly Cray, and they all started talking, asked me to walk, just walked to the wall, walked back, and they said, thank you very much, and I said, you're welcome. And that's it, that's the job I do.
Okay, I would say right now the typical personality of a male model is a totally attitude-riddled 16, 17-year-old boy, smart alecky, too cool to fool. Like the guy I was talking to at backstage at Prada last week who didn't want to be interviewed for television because he's going to university next year and he didn't want to be viewed by the world as a male model. He's just got the Prada campaign, for God's sake. I mean, every magazine in the world is going to feature this kid's photo, so he hadn't actually sorted out his little conceptual approach to his new career, I guess.
Hello, I'm Francis Goma, and I'm from London, well, West London, and I'm Kelly's roommate for the duration of Milan Fashion Week. And he's a very good roommate, he's not smelly in any way. I hate it when my friends tell people who I'm about to meet I'm a male model.
Yeah.
And it's just like, no, you
It's a
don't
kick
have to
in the
mention
nuts.
it,
Because then you automatically get that stereotype.
Because within 5 minutes they'll ask you how much you earn. Yeah. And then they're really disappointed when it's not sort of 2 million quid and you don't have your own flat yet, You're doing all right, but you're not, super rich.
Yeah.
You just don't have to work in a store like they do,
But that's just their stereotype and their judgment. They think that there's this glamorous
Yeah,
industry where
yeah,
they make
it's
all this
nothing
money.
but, man, we all sit there for 2 hours in the cold with our books, you know, smoking our rolled up cigarettes, you know, just because we're so budget. I mean, look at us, there's 4 people in this room, you know.
Oh, that's so good. Well, I'm glad you're here. We were wondering if you would come.
Well, yeah, I saw on the casting sheet, I was like, Katie Mossman. No, I think I know her.
Did you know it was going to be me?
I wasn't too sure. I wasn't too
okay.
sure what your last name was, though.
Well, now you know.
How
Okay,
has
go.
everything been?
Good, yeah. Just got here yesterday, and I've seen about 5,000 guys today.
Which is
and
always
still
exciting.
standing.
Yeah.
Oh, let me get Polaroid. Take off your hat.
It starts off weeks before actually I arrive in Milan. I call the agencies, I receive packages from all the agencies, and I kind of look through the cards, and at this point I pretty much know a lot of the guys because I do casting, you know, year round. And then maybe there'll be some new faces. And I set up a casting. So when I arrive here, I have a day like today. I don't know if you experienced it, but I'll have lines of guys out the door. And you know, I'll pretty much see everybody. But then I meet with the designer and the stylist and kind of go through the cards, and then it kind of pinpoints and makes it a lot smaller. So I call them and I put an option on pretty much all the guys that I'm interested in.
Okay, bye Kelly. Good to see you. Good luck. Bye. How are you?
There's so many people there. This is incredible. It's like people that have any age, that have any look, that have any sort of style. They show up here and try to do all castings. How many boys have you seen that try to get your castings written down so they can crash it, they can go there and actually like show themselves to the client as well?
All the time it happens.
Yeah, it's all the time. And like people get jealous about you having 10 castings, me only 5 or something, you know?
It's like, oh, how many castings do you have today? Oh, I don't know, a few. It's like, oh, I had 8. But tomorrow I got 9. Okay. I'd rather have 5 that I'm supposed to go to than 10 and 5 of them I'm not supposed to go to.
Because if you're not supposed to do them, that means they just don't have interest in you, so what's the point of going there?
Exactly. You're wasting their time and your time.
Exactly, exactly. And everybody's at home like doing 2 hours of like whatever, like work on your own body, and you know, like, and they wouldn't say to nobody. They'd be like, oh, I don't do that. It's like
I eat
mask.
chips for breakfast.
You know, exactly. I eat anything,
Yeah.
and what they eat is raw eggs. You know? It's like, oh, Kelly, that's your day.
That's my day.
That's easy, huh?
Short and sweet.
The Caution National goes till 1, so we're going to do this now. Yeah, exactly. Egg stay is 2:30 till 3:30, so if we can make it till 2 there, that'd be just perfect. And remember, egg stay where it was. And I think Moschino can be far.
There's a book like this. Ruben, how you doing? I should have just brought like Encyclopedia Britannica, A through B.
This is another Canadian.
Hi, how are you?
Did you get a number?
We already did that.
Okay, perfect. All right, I got it right.
My name is Benoit, W8. I'm from Montreal, Verdun precisely. I arrived in the morning and I started my castings right away. The first day I did about 40 kilometers by bike. And yesterday was a little bit more relaxed. It takes everything out of you. And when you get to the casting, you have to show that you're not tired and you're not irritated by waiting for hours at the castings.
So I got 2 castings from 1 till 2, and then I got this one from 1 till 2:30. Hopefully we'll make it to all 3. I love walking into the casting and be like, you look like you, and you look like you, and all 5 of you kind of look like that, and you're just talking about that. I'm glad that I just walk in and got this big fat tattoo on my arm and this big nose. And I'm just like, what do you think of me now?
The theme of the collection is a lot of cultures put together, a lot
Basically
of religions.
yeah.
So we had to look for
many different cultures and many different ethnic looks.
Lawrence Arabia.
Yeah, Lawrence Arabia is the theme. But there's a lot of little things that you have to look out for, like how long they've been working for, if they've ever done a catwalk before. Then you have the looks, of course, which is the height, the hair color, the strength, the body.
What's up?
Nothing.
Nothing?
How you doing?
Okay.
I'm good, maybe a little tired.
We liked him, definitely. We think he has a very strong look.
An important nose and like beautiful eyes. And
He had a good attitude, and he had a wonderful smile, and he came across as a very positive person.
That does a lot.
Yeah, that does a lot. And then because we liked also the other guy, that's why we made them stand together to see how they would have been together on that show. So you go through hundreds of guys, literally, to get that face. And unfortunately, we just need 15.
To have a good attitude in this business where you're a pleasure to work with, you're going to get another job from these same people because they enjoy being with you. If you have an attitude problem where, you know, you are it's all about me, and you're not going to get another job. Because you're coming into a situation that usually is a group of people that have already worked together. So you're the person that's coming in that's new. And the attitude that I had going into this business, you know, once I started getting established, was I always had that in the back of my mind. I can be replaced in a second. And my objective at this job for this day is to make sure everybody's going to be comfortable. And you make everybody feel good, then you're probably going to get booked again.
I could find out about now, but all they tell you is options. You have options for this, options for that, option for this, option for that, but it doesn't bring anything concrete. If the option falls, if they cancel you, then they crush your hope and you just get depressed and stuff. So I don't want to hear about any option. I just want confirmation and concrete money.
Oh yeah, I'm doing the Lacroix tomorrow. I've got Nicole Fari fitting, Gigi Romero fitting, Gazzani fitting. I know that's a job actually, so I'm doing 2 shows tomorrow and 2 fittings. That's boom, mate. Yeah, it's good, man. I suppose this is like my zenith season though, by far. I mean, I've been doing it for 3 years now, and each year it's been building up, and I've had loads of editorial this year, and it's gonna be, it's not like it's happened overnight, you know. For some
it does
people,
take time, right?
Yeah, for some people are really lucky and it just does. You know?
Yeah, one moment one night you're a piece of shit, you wake up and and suddenly yours.
Yeah, and then suddenly like blonde-haired, thin, ill-looking boys are what it's all about.
Yeah.
You know? It's good thing though, isn't it?
No.
There's an incredible irony attached to this. I think, you know, the tyranny of the stylist in the fashion industry is a subject that people tend to skate away from. And you get a handful of people dictating these images to, not just to the public, but to the designers themselves. You get a hip stylist in from London or somewhere, he says, I want to use these boys, like Hoxton Square boys, East London boys, or whatever. I want to use these pigeon-chested little teenagers with no character at all. And for some strange reason, the designers go, oh, God, well, she must know what she's doing, he must know what he's doing, we've got to go that route.
So, you just don't want to give me his Oh, thank you.
But he's the...
But you don't want a cigarette.
I'm alright with a cigarette. Dana? I'm Charlie. The worst problem? Drug abuse. That was my problem. Look at my wrinkles.
A lot of guys aren't getting work. A lot of guys are going home already. A couple guys last night just like wandering around the hotel being like, oh, I'm going home. I'm gonna go home now. Type stuff. But I rubbed the leg, that gold leg on the Duomo door the other night when I went out with those Italian guys for drinks. They said, oh, you have to rub the leg, you have to rub the leg. So I rubbed the leg. So maybe that's what gave me the edge. I had Andrew McKenzie today, which I'm doing, and then I had 2 options for tomorrow, but they got dropped when I was in the agency, and then 2 more on Wednesday, and then 1 on Thursday, and then that's it.
It's a big drama all the time. We living beside everything, and then maybe the model's crying because you don't get, or they're tired because you have to think it's everybody's human being. So it's tough because it's psychologically very difficult to deal with how many shows there will be a day. I think it's at least 12 shows a day, concentrated one after the other.
So, I am at Andrew Mackenzie. This is where we are. The Izzy Miyake show just finished. You guys were there. Looked like a pretty cool show and stuff. I just jumped up in the window and was like, ah! Took a look in and it seemed really white and like people were like, oh yeah, the theme tonight, it's Andrew Mackenzie. I guess he normally does jeans and t-shirt kind of stuff, but this year he's flipping everything around. Gothic kind of situation, theme to it. You got the upside down cross as the stage and then the two pillars and two cages and this guy, he's husband and wife in this one cage and she's wearing a wedding dress and he's wearing a tuxedo and they're both strapped to the bars. There's some fur and stuff in it, which I'm a little skeptical about. I'm not a really big fur clothes fan. Batman's the theme. A long sleeve, it's got gold. It's hot, actually. I wouldn't normally wear it anywhere, but like I put it on and they're like, wow, that's really nice. You actually look like we could take you out.
When you go outside, don't walk exactly in the middle of the catwalk, as I told you before. Because looking at the video, you have to walk a little on your right side.
The modeling industry makes the gap between boys and girls brutally obvious in that you look at the average 19-year-old female model and she has a degree of sophistication and an ability to project whatever designers want her to project that is remarkable when you compare it to the slightly troglodytic average male model.
Because for women, a lot of it's, definitely the body is a big issue. For men, it's, you can get away with a lot of things. But, the women, like, obviously, the clothes are much more revealing usually. And also the walk is very important because they're walking in high heels. A lot of them, you don't really talk to them. They don't really have, so much to talk about. Like, they just come in, they want to do their job, and they want to leave. They're not interested in, like, being like a regular person in a way. And the guys are just cool. They come, they hang out, you give them a beer, and they're fine.
The women are stars, and the top female models get star treatment, they expect star treatment, and there have only been one or two men who've ever reached that level, and they are not prima donnas, those guys.
We are very frustrated in the men's division because we work 3 times more than the women division, making 3 times the effort and gaining 1/4 on what is gaining the women's division with the show, because the fee, they are very high. Minimum the girl, there is no show less than $2,000 to $15, $20 by any show. So I think by the end of the week, there is girls working out with at least $150, $1,000 or something like that. Minimum for not the very famous. Very famous girl, you can get $50,000 for one show.
But I mean, if we had an X chromosome, if we were girls, man, we did the shows we did, we would have flats in New York, we'd have flats in London, It's got to be porn and fashion. That's the only 2 jobs in which women are guaranteed more money.
just like in my eyes and killing me.
Hey! You like it? Yeah. Cheers, guys. Cheers, guys.
Grazie.
Great. The show went all right, I guess. I don't know. From my point of view, it's hard to tell, but I thought it was pretty cool. There's a party afterwards. I think we're gonna go get really drunk. And other than that, wake up tomorrow the same person I am today. Well, maybe with a little bit of a hangover, but that's about it. What's next? Tomorrow I got nothing, I don't think, and then hopefully on Wednesday, Moschino. Let's cross our fingers and hope for that one. Okay, yeah, just my situation now is if I go to Paris, I'm gonna have no money and I'm not gonna make any money when I'm there, and I just don't really feel like living that kind of lifestyle again of being really poor and just hanging out and just trying to skim by. If I go back to Vancouver, I have a place to stay and I can make it through, right? Well, yeah, for sure, I will. And thank you for getting in touch and just having a little chat. Oh, no, it's just my London agency talking about that commercial and stuff. And she just wanted to know if I was going to Paris or not, and if I was, she's going there too, so she'd like to take me out for dinner, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Kelly is an example. I saw all the best clients, he saw everybody, and then at the end what he did, one show. I think that, I don't know if it's true, that he has something with the shoulder that some clients they were telling me, like if it's not completely straight with the shoulder, and they would rather that you check on that, and they want to check as well. Like if he has one shoulder a little bit more down than the other one. Me, I'm going on, I love Kelly, so I will promote him for all the time. Then maybe it will be easier for him for pictures, because it's more a guy for picture for me than a show guy.
I don't see myself as an excessively good-looking person or anything like that. Just kind of normal. Guy who's just wound up having some big lips, that's all I see myself as. I got a big, fat, crooked nose and stuff, and I'm just the same kid I was when I was in Stony Plain. I'm kind of a skid.
I guess the media's kind of portrayed this business as, you know, an easy way to fame or it's an easy way to fortune. What I see with all these new kids coming into the business, it's like a flash in the pan. There are very few. I would say there are 5% of male models that get into this business that actually carry it off for more than 2 years. Once in a while, I'll look in the mirror and I'll say, not that I never look in the mirror, but I'll look in the mirror and I'll say, what are they seeing? I mean, what is it that gets me this work? It's really amazing. And like I said, I pinch myself every other day to be in this position.
Hopes. My hopes would be just to keep traveling around, enjoying myself. I actually wouldn't mind to make a decent sum of money at one time that I could buy an apartment or a townhouse or maybe even a home somewhere in the country, just so I have somewhere to hang my hat. Because right now I just don't. I've just been traveling around out of a backpack for almost 2 years. And it's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's also fun to have a bed and a room and your own kitchen and stuff like that. I remember those great days. What I've noticed, I think I've got it figured out. And then life comes along and throws you that curveball, and you just don't know. If there's anything stupid on this whole documentary or anything about me, it's all happened in the editing room. Trust me.